Freedom Island. There's reality, and then there's the movies, like the spy movies. And in the spy movies, you park somewhere and you do surveillance, but in real life, people keep telling you you can't park the van where it's at. And I thought that I would just be able to pass myself off with my blue vest on and my white shirt as like a social services van. I'm practicing for when Evandro's family comes to visit because they don't know about the house. So I got to make myself scarce for a couple of days. I'm going to sleep out here and stay in this van. It also gives me a chance to practice on the surveillance thing because Uncle Boyce and his crew is over at the Work Release Center. And they call that Work Release Center Freedom Island because what they say is the reality. That's going to be the new reality. And it's going to be what Boyce says and his friend says and his other friend says. What they say it is how it goes. So that's going to be the new freedoms. I mean, it sounds great to them, and it sounds great to the people that is having a hard time. Even some of the people that's got the problems that I was talking about that's caused because we can't fix our own life, because people who are mean make it hard for us, and we have to work extra hard and struggle extra hard to make our life better. But this magical thing, sort of like looking at the imaginary TV of the magical thing of your life. These people that says it's just these bad Jews or the black people or just hippies or women or whoever, that it was all a big lie and there wasn't no COVID and it's all a trick. And now that there's these magical people that's going to show them the way how they're going to live happy and have everything, this dumbass and his dumbass cousin and his dumbass friend that can't find their butt with both hands and get in jail. They're all been in jail. I mean, they're in prison now. Do you think they're in there because they were a Batman villain and they did brilliant crimes? You know, is that what they're in there for? Is because they were suppressed by a brilliant system? You know, everybody in my family is a criminal, or, well, not mom and dad, but my brother and my cousins and my neighbors and, you know, me. We all been a criminal or got in trouble. And it was all for stupid stuff. Drunk stuff, drug stuff, stupid stuff. Stupid crime, got caught the stupid way. It's nothing to be proud of being a, fighter against the system or something, like, to disrupt things in some way where you're a proud speaker of people that's standing up for people. But we don't stand up for other people, we just stand up for our own self. Usually we get our butt in a sling, and then we get in trouble trying to get our butt out of the sling. And that not everything we did was our fault, I got that. But a lot of the stuff that we got in trouble for, everything I got in trouble for, I should not have did. And everything my brother got in trouble for, he should not have did. And everything Uncle Boyce did, he definitely double, triple should not have did any of those things. And that is why they put him in the jailhouse, right? He ain't your great leader that you should follow. So he appeals, though, to the people that want it to be an easy answer. Just like when you see those things on the internet about how you can lose 10 pounds by drinking a glass of water at night before you go to bed and it will melt fat away. And it's really not even about not being fat anymore. It's about if you drank a glass of water and you weren't fat, then you could get a better husband instead of the mean one that tells you you're fat all the time and you deserve to have him. Well, if you were skinnier, you could get a nicer husband somehow. You never really think in your mind how you're going to get a divorce or get away from him. And he's got probably a crazy stalker that's going to follow you around, and he ain't going to let you get a nicer boyfriend, but you just pretend like somehow you can just tell him goodbye, and then you're going to get a nicer boyfriend. And the nicer boyfriend will have a better job. And then you can quit your job working at the mini mart, and then you can go to school and get your nurse certificate, and then you can get a good job that people respect, and then he'll have money, and you'll have money, and your kids will have money, and then you'll have a house, and it's all because you drank a glass of water at night and you melted away 10 pounds of ugly fat. And they must buy it. People must do that because they wouldn't keep doing that. They had those ads like that in the magazines. Like Grandma had Photo Play and magazines like that, Screen something, Modern Screen or something like that. And there was ads in there when I'd go to her house and flip through the pages and stuff. It told you how to get rid of 10 pounds of ugly fat by a special water drinking method or something all the way then. So it must be that people believe that. There is generations of people that must think that's going to work, or else they wouldn't keep having the ad. See me? I didn't even finish school, and look how smart I am, right? Yeah, here I am, real smart, sitting out in a cold van, eating a cinnamon cake and drinking. It's pretty good coffee, I will say. I do know where to get good coffee at, and it's the Bodega. So you go down to the Spanish store, and I don't speak hardly any Spanish. Of course, Evander can, but he can't go with me all the time. But I smile at everybody, and I feel like a smile and looking nice is a universal language, and they don't care if I don't talk because they know I want coffee. So I go and I get coffee, and I don't say anything, and they don't say anything. They can speak English if they wanted to talk to me, but why do they want to talk to me? They don't. They just want to sell me some coffee, and I don't. It's not that I don't want to talk to them, but I gotta learn more Spanish. I know a few words, but I don't know enough to put them together, and I'm afraid of saying something real silly. So I just go in and get the coffee, and I put money down, and they take the money, and they say thank you, and I smile, and then I nod like thank you for the coffee, and I take my coffee and I go out. So, and it is funny to go in a store and everybody in the store speaks Spanish, and I'm the only one, so I don't know what anybody is saying. But they're probably just talking about their usual life, like, you know, their vacuum cleaner doesn't work, or their son had to stay home sick from school and they had to stay sick off work and they're mad because they lost a sick day, or everything costs so much and it's all expensive, or whatever their life is. People like my crazy uncle think when you go in a place and people are talking in their language that they talk in at home, that they're saying all kinds of evil things about overthrowing the government, which, by the way, is what my crazy uncle wants to do. So I don't understand how when he does it, he is a superhero and he is making things right. But if some other crazy terrorist is doing it, they are against America. Because I don't know, are the people that follow my crazy uncle, well, I mean, not really follow him, but the people that he follows, and they follow him to follow that guy, or those guys, anyways. I don't even know how many of them there are. But I'm confused. I don't even know, are they for America? What I'm meant to be talking about, I started out trying to say that it is hard to be a secret spy doing espionage and gathering evidence of domestic terrorism and all this, if you can't park the ding-dang surveillance van somewhere without somebody coming and telling you you have to move it. So far, it has only been twice. It was somebody who owned a property and they had a store, they had a house or something, and they came out from a building and they said, "You can't park here." And I said, "I'm just waiting on someone." And they said, "Well, you're going to have to wait somewhere else. You can't stay here." And I said, "Well, I don't see no parking sign." And they said, "This is a private parking space." And I don't think it was. I think they just wanted not somebody in front of their door, but they could maybe call the police. And then I got all kinds of situations. I don't have no standing warrant against me or anything, but me and my family is not joyfully loved and a great source of appreciation from the local police where I live at. So do I want them to take my information? And I don't want them to call my brother. God knows what he'll say, and he would totally use this as an opportunity to make things harder. And he also might tell Boyce and them that I'm here, and I am pretty close to where Boyce is. It was plenty scary when I felt like I even lived in Indianapolis and Boyce was up here in Detroit, and he was still scary to me because he knew people where I was living at, and he didn't have to do nothing to me. He could just tell one of them to do something to me. But now I'm up here. I could see him walking down the street. You know, I'm pretty close to where this work release center is. So I don't want to be engaging my brother by having the police call. And I don't want the police to call because I got in trouble with somebody came out of a building. And even if he isn't the boss and the law and the sheriff of this here town, if he says I can't park here, I better move the van. So I moved the van one more place, and then it was a homeless lady who told me I couldn't park there, but she was a good soul, and I ended up giving her a cinnamon roll because I could see her looking at him through the windshield where I got him up on the dashboard here. And I thought that was a good gift because she was nice and helped me know I couldn't park here. So I have given her a cinnamon roll and she's come off now. And I'm not quite ready to drive back to the house and give up yet. But I got to figure out where I can put the van